Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And we're in my kitchen today. And why? Well, because I didn't post yesterday. And the reason I didn't post yesterday was because I spent the day helping my neighbor patch his roof before any rains come. Wanted to make sure that they didn't have any leaks like they had last year. And we got it there, and well, we didn't do it during the summer because, of course, it's 116 degrees on the ground. It's going to be 120 on the roof. So, got up there, we got it all done in a few days, and doesn't have to worry about any leaks this year. There's not going to be any leaks on that roof at all. It is perfectly sealed. So, anyway, that took up most of my day. And then by the time I got home, I had my own chores to do, and I got my chores done, and then all of a sudden it was dark. Well, I said, well, heck, I can't shoot a video tonight because it was cold. And I said, well, I'll just do something tomorrow. Well, today I caught up. I did all my catch up on the stuff that I hadn't been doing while working on that roof, so I didn't get anything done today, and now it's dark out, and it's cold out, and the winds are coming up. So I decided I'm going to do a little bit of a cooking show here, and this is pretty cool. This is my own invention. This is something that I came up with when I was cooking for a living, and yeah, I did that too, but I had a lot of hats hanging in my closet. And anyway, this is a thing I call a pizza quesadilla. And for those of you who don't know what a quesadilla is because you're in different parts of the country, well, a quesadilla is basically a Mexican version of a grilled cheese sandwich. Except instead of using bread, they use tortillas, flour tortillas. And they pretty much just pan roast them or whatever so that it melts the cheese onto the tortilla. Then you roll it up and eat it. So I'm going to show you how to make a pizza quesadilla, which is a little bit of a change in that. And it's very simple and it's really nice because right now it is 6:42 p.m. and I'm running a little bit late for dinner. So I want to do something that's going to be fast and easy. So I preheated my oven to 425 degrees. And that's Fahrenheit for those of you out of the country. And I got my tripod here to hold my smartphone while I'm doing the cooking. So I'm going to move that right now for a second because I want to show you something I did to my stove here in my oven years ago. So what I did was I actually made a bottom rack to go in this oven that is made of fire brick. It's only like 1 inch thick and it's probably 4x6 bricks, and I laid it out so the bottom of my oven is a pizza oven. But we're not going to be using the fire bricks to cook this time because pizza quesadilla doesn't have fresh bread dough that has to rise a little bit and cook into a nice golden brown on the bottom. So we're not going to worry about that this time, but I just wanted to show you what I did here. And there it is. But I'm going to be putting the pizza on that rack using this little screen right here. These are pizza screens, and you may have trouble finding these, but you can go online and find them. And this is a 12-inch. Now, the reason I'm using a 12-inch now because I'm going to be using these flour tortillas, which are burrito size, which are basically around 10-inch. So they'll fit on here just right. Now they do make these in all different sizes, and I've got them all the way up to 18-inch, so I can do really super large pizzas. and they will fit in this oven. That's a nice thing. So if you're going to buy those, make sure that you can fit something that's 18 inches in your oven. Make sure it's deep enough for that. Otherwise, you put it in, you go to close the door, and it hits the unit. You can't close the door. Oh my God, what am I going to do? My pizza's all put together and I can't cook it. So that's a fair warning to you guys. Make sure that what you buy is going to fit in your oven. All right? So this is really, really easy, and I'm going to show you the things you need. Now, you don't have to use a pizza screen. You can use a pizza pan if you can't find pizza screens. But I like the pizza screen because it gives a little aeration in the bottom. And the other nice thing about it is, I'm going to show you the stuff that you need. Okay, first of all, you need some flour tortillas. And you need them the size to fit your pizza screen or pizza pan, whatever you're going to use. Now, if you got a bigger pizza pan, then the tortillas you're using, what the heck, you know, you can still use them. They make these in jumbo size too, which are really out there. They're like 14, 15 inches across. They call them 16s, but I think they're 15 and something. But yeah, you can use a larger pan for smaller tortillas. It's not that critical. All right, so this is optional. This is a spray olive oil, virgin olive oil. That's optional. You don't have to use that. The reason you would use this is if you like a crispy crust. If you like your pizzas with a crispy crust, then you'll need that. Otherwise, you don't. I'm not going to use it because I don't want a crispy crust. I want a nice soft crust, and it's going to be a delicious stuffed crust. All right? Now, pizza sauce. I like this brand. The Pizzeria Style is a pretty good brand. I usually make my own pizza sauce, and then I break it down into my own canning jars and have that available. I didn't have time to do that. I've been so busy with all the other things I'm doing, so I don't have time. Your toppings. Okay, I'm going to just do a pepperoni tonight. I usually like pepperoni, sausage, mushroom, and bell pepper, and whatever toppings you want, just have them all ready to go. Mozzarella cheese, or as my grandma used to say, mozzarella. So, and then I like a little variants here. I use a little bit of Parmesan, and I'll show you how this goes together right now. It's pretty easy. Make sure you have a spoon for spreading out your pizza sauce. And I'm going to put the phone into the tripod. I think it's a tripod. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, it's a tripod. Okay, so let me see if I can get this in here without smashing anything and shutting anything off. There we go. And get this positioned into place just right. You don't have to see the bottom of the cabinets. You just have to see what I'm doing, right? All right. So here we go. So, something little known. Tortillas have two different sides to them. Okay, so this side has kind of bubbles on it. It's uneven. And this side is pretty much flat. Okay, so you want to put the first one that you're going to put that one with the bubble side down. Okay, that's going to give you your bottom crust. Now you're going to take some cheese, because like I said, we're going to do a stuffed crust. Okay, so we're going to take some cheese and spread that out around that piece of tortilla. And you don't need a heck of a lot of it. Just enough that's going to cause the cheese to melt and stick the two tortillas together. Or not the two tortillas, but actually 3 tortillas. And you're going to get that in there. And you don't have to go out too far so it melts all over the place and makes a mess. Now, you take your second tortilla. And you got the same thing. You got the smooth side and you got the bubble side. So this time we're going to put the bubble side up. Okay? Because that's going to give us now a little thicker crust. I'm going to take a little bit more of the cheese and sprinkle that around. And don't overdo it at this point, otherwise you're going to have cheese oozing out all over the inside of your oven, and then you're going to be doing a lot of cleaning down the line. Okay, so that's that easy. Now we're going to take the third tortilla, and this one we're going to put with the smooth side up. Okay, so that's going to give us our pizza crust now. Okay, so now the next thing is to open up our sauce, and we're going to get a couple of 3 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of sauce on here. And you're going to spread it out to within a ½ an inch of the edges of the tortilla. Okay, so now we got a pretty even spread on the sauce. And let me work around and drop this in the sink because I don't need it anymore. All right, next, more cheese. Cheese, 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 cheese. All right, so here we're going to get our cheese, and again, just try to keep it within the boundaries of the sauce. Get a little of this stuff that's going all over the place here. Now you'll notice that in the background I had a second bag of this because they didn't have a large enough bag for the one I wanted at a good price. And the best price I could find was these. So I bought 2 bags so I'd have enough cheese. Because, let's see if I can get this thing open. Because you're not going to leave it like that, you'll have the cheese will just disappear into the sauce, and you'll just have a bubbly, saucy top of the cheese. All right. So we got this looking pretty good, huh? Anybody hungry yet? I know I am. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to put our topping on. And like I said, this one's going to be just pepperoni. Now, for the mushroom, you can slice fresh mushrooms. Or one of my favorite little tricks when I'm in a hurry is I take a small can of sliced mushrooms or mushrooms, bits and pieces, any one of those, drain it out ahead of time, get all of the water out of it, and then have it sitting here ready so that you can just put your pepperoni on there, sprinkle some of those over the top of it, and you're done. All right, so here's how we're going to do this. And I know it's easy to say I want more pepperoni on here, but if you put too much pepperoni, you're going to end up with just a big puddle of grease on the top of your pizza. So just kind of space it out like I'm doing here. Looks like I got it. And that's it. All right. Now, for a little added flavor, I take some of this olive oil and just give a quick spray over the top. Then I take a little bit of my Parmesan cheese and I sprinkle some of that on. And it's ready to go in the oven. Oh, what a mess. Oh well, that's what cleaning kitchens are all about, right? So let me move this back a little bit here and point her down. And here we go. We're going to open this up, and we don't want to leave it open too long because we don't want to lose the heat, and put her in there. And it's ready. Now I have a pizza peel. And for those of you who don't know what a pizza peel is, this is a pizza peel. Okay? Now they make these in wood, they make them in aluminum. This is aluminum. They also make them in stainless. But this is what I'll use to get it out of there. And when I get it out, I'll actually go between the pizza and the screen and just take the pizza out, leave the screen in there so I don't have to worry about getting burnt by it out here. But you can just grab a oven mitt or two and slide it out with the screen and all of that. Just remember, don't use your pizza cutter or a knife or anything to go through the pizza with the screen underneath, or you'll ruin your screen. All right, that's all there is to it tonight, everybody. I want to thank you for joining me, and I want to thank you for sticking with me. Now, in the oven, I almost forgot, for the time on this, it only takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes tops, because you're not cooking anything. You're basically heating it all up. Everything that's in this pizza is already cooked. So you're just going to heat it up, melt the cheeses, and get the pepperoni nice and hot on the top. And that's it. That's how fast and easy this thing is. So it took me a little longer explaining everything and showing how it's done. But normally I can just rush through these things, and I have this thing put together and in the oven in 15 minutes. And then take another 10 minutes to heat it up, sometimes 15, depending on your oven. My oven's really good for this. I use a gas oven, and this is a regular gas oven that's been converted over to propane, because I use propane here in my cabin. So in a few minutes, I will be able to take that pizza out of there. I'll slice it up the way I like it. I'll sit down, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to show you inside. Look at that thing going. The cheese is already melting in, and it's only been in there a couple of minutes. All right, everybody. That's it. I know you'd probably like me to stay on so you can see the finished product come out of the oven. And maybe I'll just do that. Let me check my time on this to see how long I've been going. Oh, no, I'm up at almost 18 minutes. So I'm going to cut this off so I don't bore the heck out of you. I'm sure you know what a pizza looks like when it's done. And these things are just delicious. So give it a try yourself at home. Let me know how you liked it. This is G Bear signing off.